last one, we might have one edge.
Is their style offensively similar to Marques?
You know, surprisingly, they've been more like us historically. But surprisingly, what's on film is another version of what we've seen, you know, against Murray, yeah. Now, they different, yeah, they are different. But, I mean, in terms of personnel in the game, what you want to call spread, they are almost exclusively a spread offense, which I think is saying, what it's basically saying is Derek Carr needs to control what happens on every down, those are choices to make. I mean, Marques can line up a spread offense and run it as good as anybody. It's just not the choice we make. And I think it's proven out over time where you talk about these people that have all these much more plays than we got. Well, what happens when we go play them? What happened last week? We got more plays than they got. So we can control style of play better, I think, it's not our philosophy. My thinking is that you can get on the floor, this is basketball, and you can get a rebound, and they don't get to run. It's the same thing. Just go rebound, and they won't be running up and down that court. It's the same way with us. Just run it, and run it consistently, and there won't be 100 plays coming back at you. So we've been able to sort of make that work.
Would you speak to their combination? You've gone through the other three. This combo with Carr and Sims, the quarterback-receiver combo. I mean, you went Garoppolo, Laura, Lamb, Rogers.
They're all a little different now. Sims is he's more of a down-the-field guy. You know, Barnes was Wes Welker's wife. You know, this is more of a, you know, this guy will stretch the field on you. You better be backing up. Laura was, you'd have to jump on him and sit on him to get a deep ball out of him. This one's going to push you. This one's going to push you. They're going to hold the ball a little bit. Hopefully this is not as much of a catch and throw kind of game as, which is all right. Whatever kind of game it is, that's how we'll play it.
You know, you talked last week when they had as many wides as they did, a lot of nickel and a diamond and 4 corners and 2 safeties and 6 DBs and all that kind of. Is this the same kind of setup?
Yeah, I think you got to match up. You got to match up with who's out there. And you take some good football players off the field sometimes, or limit their reps. But you know, as Quez is, I think Quez came out of this game. I'm going to talk about the people that are up here a little bit. Is that okay? Y'all could have asked these questions, but I'll give you information like you asked. I think one of the things that allowed us to really protect our defense a little bit is run the ball. The thing is that's allowed us to run the ball is Marques' ability to manage 3rd down has been, I think, the best we've ever had. He's walking around frustrated sometimes. I'm down there, you know, because he's trying to be perfect. Allen thinks every time he's running a route it's supposed to be a touchdown. Odie thinks he's the best left tackle in the history of the game. Don't you, Odie? So, I mean, we've got a high level of expectations in ourselves. I think one thing that gets us playing like this is I think we create our own frustration sometimes. Did y'all say that? So, I mean, we've got to deal with ourselves about as much right now as I think for consistency as we do who we're playing against. We know who we are, and we know what our expectations are, which are way higher than what they look like they are, by the way, for each one of these guys. And I think they've got the freshmen and the sophomores up there having the same expectations. I mean, we had a freshman that missed a tackle on the first drive that they end up down there on the 5-yard line and score. I mean, he goes into a shell, you know. I mean, he expects to play perfect. Well, and it wasn't perfect. But You know, you got Allen, and I'm gonna ask Allen. I mean, expectations, Allen. Do you think yours are higher now than? You think your expectations are higher now than they've ever been since you've been here, in yourself and in your team?
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with it? I need to hear this answer.
Of course, I got expectations to come out and, you know what I'm saying, try to have the best game I can. But there's times when, you know what I'm saying, I have the chance to make a big play, and if I don't make it, I just got to be able to push through it and come back out the next play and play like it's the same thing as the first play of the game. So I just try to keep my head focused and go out and make plays when I get a chance. So just keep it simple like that.
Have you been open a few times and ball not come to you?
Yes, sir.
You see who answered that one? That's his frustration. You want to talk about your frustration? It's psychological work we're doing here. It's counseling, public counseling.
I just feel like playing quarterback, I have a lot of the, not really stress, but a lot of it is responsibility, and I feel like I have the ability to live up to that. And when I don't, it's like 3rd down and 7, Allen run the slant, I throw it a little behind him, we stay on the field. And we're probably going to keep the drive going. I think it's like 6 plays, 7 plays. You get past 6, 7 plays, you're doing pretty good. And when I don't do that, it's just a lot to me. It's a lot on me because I know I can do it. And I had to talk Allen after.
I heard this conversation.
After when was it? Something happened to punt after the punt return.
After the punt return.
And I was like, "You're gonna be straight, man. We're gonna keep coming back." And then he had to come back and say the same thing to me, just because. I mean, we hold ourselves to a high standard because we feel like 3rd and 7, we go out there and get it every time. And that's got me in trouble a lot of times this year trying to hold on to the ball, make plays happen. And I even said this to the team. I told them, sometimes you have to throw it away, and defense, you're going to have to go stop it.
Which they've responded to.
Yeah, so we just personally have to get over it.
I know were you playing early in the year like you didn't think we could punt because you were afraid we couldn't play good enough on the other side?
Yeah.
You gotten over it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Keep the hands off of.
Let me ask you this, Odie, because like I said, left tackle makes more money in the NFL in these 2 positions. I mean, how important do you think your job is, particularly on 3rd down? I mean, you feel like it's on you?
Yes, sir. Sometimes I do. Like, you know, if Quay's back there holding the ball, because I know his back turned to me, and I don't want nobody to come back and just hit him and just hurt him when they're like that. So I got to protect him.
Have you had some pretty good guys come line up against you to try to do that?
Yes, sir. A couple of them.
Odie, they've got a note in here for us about you giving like 1 sack in like the last 23 or 24 quarters or something like that. Where you know that record is really, really good. When I say that to you, that's how good it is. What do what does that tell you?
Doing my job.
I mean, is it like, and then dang, we gave up the 1, and that's the one that makes you mad,
Yeah, I hate it, but just know I can't let it happen again.
And these guys are ranked in the top 10 in the country in quarterback play. So these people are going Martin.
Question for Quiz and Bonner. When you're watching film, video, looking at the other defenses ever you're going to play and you see Murray or EIU or somebody, do you wish maybe one game you could be in that offense and throw it 50 times a game?
No, that's too much pressure. I don't see how they do it. In even high school, like when Coach Crowe came to recruit me, this is one thing we talked about. And basically, he asked me, like, I can't remember the exact question, but basically it was to the extent of to have a good offense, like, what do you need? Like, and it was like vague like that, and I was like, running game. And I think we had one, so I don't mind handing it off. I tell Coach Letson all the time, let's run it. Let's run it, let's run it. Opens up downfield things, play action, makes it a little easier on you. So I don't mind running the ball.
I thought you did a good job running the ball this week too, Chris.
Alan, what about you? Would you like to play that offense before you go?
Here's a different answer.
Coming from a receiver, I mean, any receiver wants the ball anytime they can get it. So, I mean, if I can catch it 12 times a game, I'll catch it 12 times a game. But if I got to catch it 3 times, I'm fine with that. Whatever it takes to win a ball game. So that's all I'm out for.
I think Allen's the best receiver in OVC, and if somebody tries to say it come down to stats, they can have it. But
And I know Odie don't want to pass block 50
I'm
times.
telling you, he is.